Once upon a time, in the land of Ife, there lived a young man named Bayo. Bayo is the second out of 7 children in the family. His mother was popularly called Iya Ibeji because out of the 9 children she gave birth to identical twin girls named Taiwo and Kehinde. Iya Ibeji is the village's popular pepper soup and palm wine seller. She had a lot of people patronizing her. This made her business grow bigger. Bayo, on the other hand, was a builder. He built houses and also made concrete stands for the palace sit-out. Bayo loved music, as he would sometimes go sit under a tree in his father's farm to play flute. Bayo was a very hard-working man. For this reason, his father, Ajumobi, loved him more. Ajumobi, Bayo's father, is a successful farmer that married 3 wives. Iya Ibeji, Bayo's mother, is the first wife, Ramota is the second, and Doyin is the 3rd wife. Ajumobi married Ramota and Doyin in the same year within the space of 6 months, and they both have 3 children. But Bayo was more hardworking and concerned about his father than other children. This made the father love him so much. The other wives got jealous of Bayo and his mother. Whenever Iya Ibeji serves Ajumobi food, he praises her. In his words, he says, "Olori mi, Ife mi, Ayo mi, my queen, the apple of my eyes, the wife of my youth, the one that feeds me till I'm full. May Olorun sustain your life, as we both shall flourish and someday live this world together." These words always brings joy to Iya Ibeji, as she would reply, "Oshe Okomi, just eat for me, okay?" And Ajumobi will reply, "Alright there." Ramota and Doyin got jealous, and these 2 were not friends. But because of the hatred they both have for Iya Ibeji, they became friends just to spite Iya Ibeji. The family continued their daily lives. One day, Iya Ibeji sent her daughter Kehinde to go give an ordered food to Dele, the palm wine tapper, at his house. When she got there, Dele started making advances at her and trying to have his way with her, and she is just a teenager. But luckily, Bayo was passing by and he heard voices that sound familiar. He knocked on the door and no one opened for him. He immediately bashed into the house, broke the door, and he was shocked to see his own sister struggling and gasping for breath. He started beating Dele till Dele was bruised and fainted. He immediately took Kehinde home and told his mother about it. Ever since then, Iya Ibeji stopped sending her daughters on such errands, as she rained curses on Dele. Weeks turned into months and months to years, as people migrated to Ife to stay. Some of Ife indigene also moved to other places as well. The land flourished and was known for its warm welcoming of strangers. Bayo was now very skilled in playing flute due to his consistency, as he was sometimes invited to the palace to play for the king. But there is something strange about the flute. Whenever Bayo goes to the farm to sit under his favorite tree to play the flute, a bird always comes to watch him and listen to him, and when he is done, the bird goes away. This kept happening, but Bayo never thought it was a bad thing. He considered it normal. One day, Ramota, the second wife of Bayo's father, was so ill she couldn't go to the farm as well as fetch firewood. So she beckoned on Bayo to help her, As her sons weren't around, Bayo felt sad about her sickness. He had pity on her and immediately left to go fetch the firewood. He got to the bush and started cutting and breaking the wood. He immediately felt a sharp piercing through his shoulder that made him fall down and stopped breathing. What really happened was that Ramota and her secret lover, the woodcutter, connived to kill Bayo as well as Ajumobi to take over his assets, sell these assets and then abscond together. The woodcutter is no other person but Segun. While Bayo was cutting the wood, Segun stabbed Bayo in his shoulder with a poisonous knife. That is the reason why Bayo fell down unconscious in the bush with no one to help him. Back at home, no one knew about what has happened. But as a day turned into 2 days, they were scared and started searching for Bayo. No one could find Bayo. After a day, they reported to the king, and the king, who also knows about Bayo and his hardworking nature, offered to pay whoever that knows his whereabouts a lot of money. The town crier was sent into the village to pass the message across to the villagers. The villagers heard the news. They were astonished, as some were scared and even sad for Bayo's life. One day, as Iya Ibeji went to the farm, a bird came crying continuously close to her. As it perched on her shoulders, beckoning on her to come. She considered it strange and followed the bird. The bird flew deep into the bush. When it reached an iroko tree, it stopped and then it flew down. Immediately, Iya Ibeji looked down and then she found Bayo's dead body on the floor under the tree. Immediately, she screamed and cried. She started shouting, but then again, she was the only one in that bush. So, she considered that place dangerous as she took Bayo's body to her farm, where she found other young men to assist her to take Bayo's body home. What a tragedy! Bayo's body laid lifeless on the floor mat. As people kept trooping into Ajumobi's house, some wept, others were rolling on the floor. Sorrowful songs can be heard in the background. It wasn't an easy one for Mr. Ajumobi and his family. His other wives as well as their children were also crying. The whole week was a sad one. As the village mourned Bayo, others rained curses on whoever that killed Bayo. Weeks after, Bayo's body was about to be buried. So the king ordered that it would be a big ceremony because Bayo was a great soul. So Bayo's mom quickly came, prayed for her son, as well as rained curses on Bayo's killers. She urged him to revenge his death. As her words end with tears and weeping, Bayo was buried and they all moved on gradually. 3 months after, the woodcutter invited his secret lover Ramota to his place. As he started asking her of when he would get his share of Ajumobi's wealth, as well as asking Ramota to get pregnant for him. They both discussed and planned when they would kill Ajumobi and take his property and then abscond. So she went back home. One day, as Ajumobi went to the farm to harvest, a bird came crying to him and then left. As the bird left, Ajumobi thought it was something unusual, so he went home and then he lay down to rest. The next day, he refused to go to the farm. Rather, he went to Iya Ibeje's place where she cooks and serves the villagers to assist her. Shegun, the woodcutter, on the other hand, started saying strange things as he had series of nightmares. He would sometimes see a bird chasing him and flogging him. This made him go crazy. So one day he was walking on a lonely path to the farm. He immediately sighted a bird. The bird chased him and was talking to him, telling him to go and confess. But he proved stubborn. He had several nightmares. Sometimes he gets flogged by unknown canes. He could no longer bear it as the villagers thought he was mad. So he went to the village market square to confess. He confessed that he killed Bayo due to the request of Ajumobi's second wife, Ramota. This confession made the villagers so angry. He was chased by the villagers as he ran into the forest to hide. Just when he was about to go further into the forest, a vulture flew down and plucked out his eyes, ate him till he died. That was how he died, a mysterious death. The villagers got to know of his death and concluded he defied the land and committed a sacrilege. That was how his body was thrown into the evil forest, with the chief priest being present. That same day, before Ajumobi could go home, news got to him that Ramota had already run mad, as she had naked herself and ran into the forest as well, where she wandered and died. Her body was also eaten by vultures. That was how Ramota died, and the whole village moved on. The moral of this story is, wickedness does not pay. Life is a seed. Whatever you sow is what you reap. And nothing is hidden under the sun. No matter how long you hide that envy or jealousy or hatred or evil plots against someone in your heart, and then you execute your plans, one day it will come to the open. And when it comes to the open, you would face the consequences.